Hello everyone, welcome to Redline Collectibles. Hey, I'm so glad you found our site. Today is a short tutorial on the Redline era 1968 through 1977, the early, when Mattel first released, well, the Camaro. That would be the very first Redline that was released in 1968. And in Hong Kong, where they were manufactured, both Hong Kong and Hawthorne, California, of course, are the US models, but for Hong Kong only, the wheels that were assigned to the early run Redlines, the Camaros, the Mustangs, Barracudas, T-Birds, etc., are called Bubblegum Redlines. And I'll show you the difference between what I mean by a Bubblegum versus what I'm talking about as far as deep dish. Maybe you've heard that term before, or regular Hong Kong Redlines. So let's take a quick look. Let's get to the brass tacks of what a bubblegum wheel would be, and that would be this example of this original very early run Camaro. You can look at the tire, and not only is the cap, if you will, the silver chrome is indented. You see that sort of you can't see the top of it as I'm holding it on a horizontal basis, but also you see how it's rounded around the tires. See that round profile? That round profile, deep dish round profile? Call that bubblegum. That would be a bubblegum tire, very early. In fact, so early sometimes you'll find them without the red line on because it's been worn down. It's seen better days, you know, maybe track time or playing with them. So not only is it deep dish, as you can see, you can't see the silver until I turn it a little bit, and then the rounded edges around that tire, call that bubblegum. I also have a bubblegum example, early run, of course, and you can tell the early run Mustangs were all painted tails. This particular one is an open hood scoop. Unfortunately, the little latch inside there, the crossbar, has been removed, unfortunately, by maybe some aggressive playwear. But the main reason I'm showing this is, again, look at the bubblegums on there. Early run Hong Kong. Rounded around the wheel, around the edge of the tire, it's rounded. Now keep that in mind as I'm showing you the next batch of cars from the early run Hong Kong castings to the next generation, if you will, which is called deep dish, the Hong Kong deep dish wheels, 1968. And that would be an example of that. A really good example, you find this a lot, is the Diora. Early, again, original 16. Now this one, you can see it's sort of a straight edge around. It's not rounded like the Camaro and the Pony was, but you can see that the profile, you can't see the silver until I turn it. That's deep dish, and also it's not bubblegum because it's more squared. It's a sharper edge versus a rounded edge that I showed you here and on the Pony. So this is called deep dish. Deep dish wheels. All four of them. Isn't that beautiful? Very early. So bubblegum came first, or around that time, and then the deep dish. I'll put this deep dish right there. That would be your Hong Kong deep dish. And then, you know, people ask, well, you know, what about the regular stuff? So yeah, let's give an example of a Hong Kong regular wheel. Let me get this out of the way a little bit here first. I'm going to put this regular wheel coming up here, and that would be, here's an example of a regular wheel. And there's two reasons why I'm going to show you this Pony. Number one, regular wheels. You can see as I turn it up, you see how the spokes are coming up a little bit. They're protruding from the tire. That would not be deep dish, and it certainly is not bubblegum. This is for predominantly most of the cars you're going to see in the 1968s, only Hong Kong. I mean, Hong Kong with this very chromy wheel, chromy spokes. You'll find the US early, the 1968s, are a little bit more dull silver. Hong Kong silver was bright and shiny, but these are not deep dish, and they're not bubblegum, of course. And also, I'm going to show you something. So later on, when Mattel was manufacturing these castings, the Pony in particular, early run, as we discussed, with the painted tail, and later on they transitioned to painting the tail black, and some variations of that as well. early, mid-run, and late run. So just kind of showing you a little bit about the three different variations, if you will, of tires, the regular tires. And then a couple more examples of regulars and early 68s would be, this is an early 68, you can tell by this T-Bird, has the silver interior. That was done in early runs, but these are regular Hong Kongs. Regular Hong Kong wheels. These are all mediums. Isn't that nice? Aqua, black roof, not too bad. Sometimes you get a hood nick on this thing. Kid got too aggressive with play. But and then I have one more example for you of a regular wheel, and that would be an early 1968 Beatnik Bandit. These are also Hong Kong, very shiny. See the silver shine on there versus the US dull. I've done a video about wheels before early on when I was doing Redline Collectibles site here on YouTube. But another example. So now you'll know the difference. You'll know the difference between the deep dish, which would be the Diora, the regular, which is this example here, this Beatnik Bandit, the custom T-Bird, and the Hong Kong Pony here. And then the Bubblegum, two examples of Bubblegum would be the Camaro and the Mustang early run with the open hood scoop. I hope that was helpful for you. I do appreciate all of your comments, your suggestions. I do really appreciate you follow the channel, and do give the tutorial and the video a thumbs up. Like and subscribe and share if you will. And by the way, if you're interested in checking out some nice Redlines, I'd have a Buy It Now website. The Buy It Now website is called Redline Collectibles, and there is the website address. There's also the QR code. You can scan that to go right to the site. We have Buy It Now Redlines, top quality stuff, 24/7. So check us out. And until we meet again, bye everybody.